Good morning, Lord. Thank you for a new day. Thank you that your compassion is renewed every morning. Great is your faithfulness and your steadfast love, O Lord. I don't know what all is going to happen today and how much I'll get done, but you do. So I give this day to you. Fill me with your Holy Spirit, Father. Energize me for your work, because you know how tired these bones are. Awaken me to the wonder of your salvation, and quicken my spirit to the reality of your work in my life. Lord, my mind is filled with creative ideas, but they're all jumbled. Holy Spirit, come and hover over my mind like you hovered over the waters at creation, and speak order out of the chaos. Help me to cease striving and to trust that you will give me all I need today to do the work you've given me to do. You will be faithful to complete the good work you've started. And as I step out into my day, I declare your sovereignty over every area of my life. I entrust myself to you and ask that you use me however you see fit. This day is yours. My body is yours. My mind is yours. Everything I am is yours. May you be pleased with me today. Amen.
Oh, take it down. It's up, up, take it down, take it down. Up, up, take it down, up, one side, out, in, change, out, in, good, out. We're gonna keep the feet the same, add the arms, push, pull it in, push, pull it in, change. We're gonna have a nice easy sway. Snap it. We're gonna get ready to cross our shoulders. It's gonna be nice and easy. Trust me. Here we go. It is cross, shoulders, swag it out. Cross, shoulders. Looking like an angel, but you're savage, love. When you kiss me, I know you don't get to. But I still punch it up. Up, up. Take it down, Up, up. Start from the top. Out, in, change. Push, pull it in. Easy sway. Feel it. We're gonna go back to that cross. Here we go. Cross, shoulders, rock, rock. Cross, shoulders, rock, rock. Punch it up. Good. Work it, work it. Knee lift. Slow, slow. We're gonna cross. Good. Punch it up. Wind it down.
Good morning, classmates, and to our professor, Dr. Eunice Janzar. Good morning po, Doc. I will explain about the teacher-centered educational philosophies. Teacher-centered educational philosophies are approach to education where the teachers play a central role in directing and controlling the learning environment. In these philosophies, the teachers is the primary sources of knowledge and authority, and the focus is often on structured, systematic instruction aimed at imparting specific content or skills to students. So we have a 4 key characteristic of teacher-centered educational philosophies. First is the teacher's rule. Second, curriculum focus. Third is instructional method. Fourth is the student rule. So in teacher's rule, the teachers is the primary authority figure and decision maker in the classrooms. Second, curriculum focus. Emphasize on a predetermined curriculum and delivery of specific content. Number 3, instructional method. Methods are usually structured, systematic, and focused on directing teaching. Fourth is the student rule. Students are expected to receive, memorize, and apply the information provided by the teacher.
Hello there! Congratulations! You have finally reached your Module 3. Now let us enrich your knowledge and educational philosophy by learning much deeply the anchored philosophies for the teacher-centered approach. This is Juliani Aklan. Stay tuned for more juicy educational insights and discussions. We will introduce to you 4 philosophies, namely perennialism, existentialism, behaviorism, and direct instruction. To start with, let's head to the first one. Have you ever thought about the type of philosophy that religious institutions include in their curriculum? You're correct. They often incorporate elements of perennialism. Now, let's delve deeper into what perennialism is all about. Do you know that perennialism is the oldest and most traditional educational philosophy? It also comes from the word perennial, which means everlasting. Well, perennialism also believes that the focus of education should be the ideas that lasted over centuries, and it also values knowledge that transcends time. Based from International Dictionary for Education, perennialism is basic philosophical belief in unchangeable ideas or truth, reality, knowledge, and values. Now, reflecting on this statement, what ancient book do you think of that has stood the test of time and continues to hold significance and relevance in our current era? Yes, you are right. One example of it is the Bible. This indicates that religious institutions integrate elements of perennialism into their curricula, highlighting the enduring philosophical principles that shape their educational approach. The teacher-centered approach, where the educator serves as the primary source of knowledge, aligns closely with the principles of perennialism. In essence, this approach draws on lessons and practices from the past that remains relevant and significant in today's context. By focusing on timeless ideas and enduring truths, perennialism emphasizes the importance of historical knowledge as a foundation for contemporary learning. The aim of education, according to perennialist thinking, is to ensure that students acquire knowledge and these unchanging principles or great ideas. Now, let's learn what are the benefits of perennialism. You know that perennialist approach supports a well-organized and disciplined learning environment. Now, to further explain that, it supports structured curriculum. Perennialism emphasizes a curriculum centered around timeless works and ideas that have proven their value over time. Another one, it focuses on critical thinking. The goal of a perennialist education is to develop students' critical thinking and reasoning skills. Now, by encouraging deep engagement with classic literature and philosophical texts, students learn to analyze and evaluate ideas rigorously, which requires a disciplined mindset. Another one is a teacher-centered instruction. In a perennialist classroom, the teacher plays a central role in guiding discussions and imparting knowledge. The teacher-centered approach helps maintain order and discipline as the educator sets rules, clear expectations, and provide directions for students' learning. Another thing, it emphasizes on mastery. Perennialism prioritizes the mastery of content over rote memorization. And lastly, the lifelong quest for truth. The perennialist philosophy instills in students a lifelong pursuit of knowledge and truth. Now, this mindset encouraged them to remain disciplined in their studies and to value the process of learning as an ongoing journey. Let's meet the educational leaders of perennialism. We have Robert M. Hutchins, a significant figure in American education who lived from 1899 to 1977. As a leading proponent of perennialism, Hutchins emphasized the importance of timeless truths in education and passionately advocated for a liberal education that included essential disciplines like logic, mathematics, language, and the history of science. We have Montemir J. Adler from 1902 to 2001. He was a prominent advocate of perennialism and a professor at Columbia University. He believed that individuals learn best through the study of classical works. In his influential Paideia proposal, Adler proposed a curriculum that emphasizes a general, liberal arts education over specialized, vocational training, aiming to foster critical thinking and a deeper understanding of humanistic ideals. Lastly, we have Thomas Aquinas. He is often regarded as the father of perennialism, a philosophy that emphasizes teaching principles of everlasting importance to all people. He asserted that perennialism has its roots in religious thought, advocating for an educational focus on enduring truths rather than transient facts. Aquinas also believed that education should prioritize the cultivation of reasoning and moral principles, aiming to develop individuals who can engage with fundamental human questions and values, thus foster a deeper understanding of the human experience. In summary, perennialism supports a well-organized and disciplined learning environment by providing a structured curriculum, fostering critical thinking, maintaining a teacher-centered classroom, emphasizing mastery of content, and encouraging a lifelong quest for knowledge.
Hello, good day. My name is Sainal Tagimrakos Enoch, LPT, and I will be discussing or reporting about the essentialism as teacher-centered approach. But first, we're going to uncover what is the essentialism. So what is essentialism? Essentialism is a teacher is the primary authority, guiding and directing the learning process. The curriculum emphasizes that the fundamental subjects like reading, writing, math, and science, and it also, the essentialism is an educational philosophy whose adherents believe that the children should learn the traditional basic knowledge or basic subject thoroughly. And it also instills the student with essential academic knowledge, enacting a back to basic approach. And also, the essentialism accumulate the wisdom of our civilization as taught in the traditional academic disciplines is passed on from teacher to students. And also, the essentialism refers to the basic education. So now, what is the essentialism as a teacher-centered approach? The essentialism is a teacher-centered approach philosophy focused on impacting a core knowledge and skills necessary for students to function effectively in society. And it also the instruction to be structured as discipline and focusing on the basic knowledge or basic skills and cultural values. and it also teaches the method often include the direct instruction, repetition, and drills to ensure the mastery of key concepts. And lastly, this approach aims to provide students with a strong academic foundation as to prepare them for responsible citizenship and work. So that is all from the Essentialism as a teacher-centered approach. Thank you.
Good morning. In addition and in review to Ma'am Sainal's report about essentialism, first let us define essentialism. Essentialism is a philosophical approach to education that emphasizes the core subject and fundamental knowledge that students need to become productive members of society. It is grounded in the belief that there are certain essential skills and knowledge are critical for all students to acquire. This report explores the concept of essentialism, particularly its application as a teacher-centered philosophy, and examines its implication for education. Essentialism as an educational philosophy advocates for a curriculum focused on essential knowledge and skills. This approach is rooted in the belief that a traditional core curriculum, including subjects like mathematics, science, history, and language arts, provides the foundational knowledge necessary for intellectual and moral development. The philosophy emerged in the early 20th century, influenced by educational theories such as William C. Bagley, who argued for a return to a rigorous and content-centered education. In essentialism, teachers play a central role in imparting knowledge and maintaining a structured learning environment. Essentialism often incorporates traditional teaching methods and values such as disciplines and respect for authority. Essentialism as a teacher-centered philosophy. In essentialist classroom, the teacher is the primary source of knowledge and authority. This approach contrasts with student-centered philosophies where students have more autonomy in the learning process. Teachers deliver content through lectures, demonstrations, and structured activities. The focus is on a clear, systematic presentation of materials. Teachers maintain a strict control over classroom management, lesson planning, and assessment. This ensures that the curriculum is delivered as intended and that educational standards are met. Essentialist classrooms often prioritize order and discipline, with the teacher setting high expectation for students' behavior and academic performance. Teacher-centered approach provides a clear and structured path for students to follow, which can be beneficial for understanding complex subjects. By rooting on essential knowledge, essentialism ensures that all students are exposed to the same core content, which can help maintain educational standards across different schools and districts. In conclusion, essentialism, particularly as a teacher-centered philosophy or approach, represents a commitment to imparting fundamental knowledge and skills deemed essential for students' development. While it offers benefits such as structured learning and consistent standards, it also faces criticism for potential limiting students' engagement and adaptability. Educators and policymakers must weigh these factors when considering the implementation of essentialist principles in modern educational settings. That would be all. Thank you.
Good morning to all of us, especially to our respected Professor Dr. Eunice Achanzar and my fellow teachers. Good morning to all of us. By the way, I am Arthur Danias Batukal. I am currently teaching at Ramon Magsaysay Memorial Colleges as a college instructor. Today, what I discuss is about behaviorisms. Behaviorisms branch of psychology that focuses on how people learn through their interactions with the environments. First, concepts that focus on how students learn. Second, behavior are required through conditioning. So, behaviorisms is a theory in psychology that focuses on observable behavior rather than mental processes. It's emphasized the way in which environment, stimulus, and response shape our actions. Key figures in behaviorism including John Watson, who is known for his work on classical condition, and B.F. Skinner, who contribute significantly with his research on operant conditioning. In a classroom setting, behaviorism can be applied to enhance learning through reinforcement strategies. For examples, positive reinforcement like praise or rewards, can encourage desirable behaviors, while negative reinforcement can help to unwanted behaviors. Well, explore the fundamental principle behaviorisms, including how it contrasts with other psychological theories and its practical application in educational setting. By understanding this concept, we can better support and guide student learning and behavior. The teacher's control and direct learning shapes student behavior through reinforcement and consequences. Learning focuses on observable behavior rather than internal thoughts or emotions. So, through reward and punishment, the teacher shapes students' behavior and maintain control over the learning process. Observable and behaviors are main focus of learning, not inside ideas or feelings. Next is the positive reinforcement like reward is used to encourage desired behavior, while punishment or connections discourage unwanted behavior. So, reward and other form of positive reinforcement are used to reward desired conduct and discourage undesirable behavior actions. Next is lessons are structured and repetitive with a focus on clear objectives and measurable outcomes. The teachers provide consistent feedback, guiding students toward the corrections, response, and behaviors. This approach is effective in establishing routines, promoting discipline, and ensuring that specific behaviors and skills are learned. So, clear objectives and qualitable results are the main emphasis of planned, repeating lessons, and students are guided toward appropriate reactions and behavior by the teachers. Regular feedback. This method works well for creating routines, encouraging self-control, and guaranteeing that particular habit and abilities are required. Okay, that is the end of my report. Again, my name is Arthur Nanyas Batukal, the reporters of Behaviorisms.
So, hello everyone. I am here to discuss the extra ideas and insights about behaviorism. So, Sir Arthur already discussed about a teacher-centered approach, and he also discussed about behaviorism. So, after hearing Sir Arthur's discussion, I know you will ask the question, how do I incorporate this in class? How do I use it? Or how do I utilize it? So, do you have something in mind? I hope you share the ideas in class later. For now, here is an example of mine. I call this activity the animal game. Students will practice following directions and learning about animals by mimicking their movements or trying to behave like them. So first, present a picture of various animals. Don't forget to set a space in the classroom so students can move around. Explain that the student will act like the animals on the picture and let them demonstrate the movements for each animal. In this activity, the teacher provides clear, specific instructions and demonstrates the correct animal movements. The teacher also controls the pace of the activity and decides which animal is featured next. So as the activity goes on, never forget to give feedbacks and reinforcements. Feedback is used to inform students about their performance and to guide them towards improvement. So now let us talk about reinforcement. It is used to encourage desired behaviors. Reinforcement can be positive or negative. In a behaviorist framework, feedback is often specific and immediate, providing clear information about what the student did right or wrong and offering suggestions for improvement. So for the positive reinforcement, it's like giving praises, giving rewards, and for the negative reinforcement is removing of unpleasant stimulus. Both feedback and reinforcement are crucial in helping students to understand what is expected to them and in motivating them to achieve learning goals. So, going back to the activity, the feedback should be, you should walk around and observe students as they mimic the animals. You should also provide immediate feedback, praise students who are doing the movement correctly, and gently correct those who are not quite following the directions. And now for the reinforcement. Use verbal praise and small rewards, like stickers, to reinforce students who follow directions and participate enthusiastically. Acknowledge efforts and enthusiasm to encourage continued engagement. And now, the question is, what are the elements in the activity that showed behaviorism? So first, there's clear instructions. Demonstrating and explaining the animal movement helps students understand the task. Immediate feedback. Observing and providing feedback as students mimic the animal reinforce correct movement and behavior. Reinforcement. Using praise and stickers for correct and enthusiastic participation encourages students to follow directions and stay engaged. So, this activity is engaging and developmentally appropriate for students, as it combines movement with learning and provides immediate positive reinforcement. I hope you find my ideas and insights interesting. I'm waiting to hear your thoughts and ideas later on. Thank you. So before I go, here's a quote from B.F. Skinner.
Hi, I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're wrapping up our journey through the teacher-centered philosophies. You've already learned 3 philosophies so far, namely perennialism, essentialism, and also behaviorism. Now this time, let's add one more. Now, for you, while scrolling through your social media feeds, I'm sure you've come across teachers using various teaching methods with their students, such as this one.
Remember the signal here. The sound was S. My turn. Listen. Our turn. Get ready. Your turn only. Get ready. The marking. Ready, eyes, please. Last time.
Not 2 points.
Get ready. This is last time before the points. Get ready.
Looks familiar, right? What could be the type of teaching methodology they have applied? Yes, it is direct instruction. And yes, we commonly know it as DI. And I can't wait to introduce to you this methodology in teaching. Now, what is DI or direct instruction? Actually, this approach allows students to master content and strategies at a much faster rate than traditional methods. By actively engaging with the material and utilizing effective techniques, students can enhance learning experience and achieve their goals more efficiently. It also offers teaching instructions that are perfectly suited to each student's skill level. Frequent guided practice combined with immediate feedback is essential for ensuring students truly understood the lesson. Now, this approach not only reinforces learning, but also allows educators or teachers to identify areas where students may need additional support, ultimately enhancing the overall teaching and learning experience of the student. Direct instructions also is the explicit teaching of a skill using lectures or demonstrations of material to students. It's all about showing them exactly what they need to learn in a straightforward way. We have here Mr. Siegfried Engelmann, or also known as Zig. He is an American educational writer who developed the direct instruction methodology in teaching. According to him, it is also well-developed and carefully planned lessons designed around small learning increments and clearly defined prescribed teaching tasks. That was from Engelmann and Becker, 2024. Now, let's move on to direct instruction as a teacher-centered approach. Now, in this one, the teacher is leading the learning process with clear, structured lessons, also referring to explicit teaching of concepts and skills, breaking down material into small, manageable steps. Furthermore, a focus on teacher explanations, demonstrations, and modeling, frequent guided practice with immediate feedback to ensure understanding. It also uses repetitions and drills to reinforce learning, highly structured lessons with a clear beginning, middle, and end. Lastly, this method is sufficient for delivering content, ensuring mastery, maintaining classroom control, particularly for foundational skills and knowledge. Now, I'm going to share to you some clips from the school which applies DI, or direct instruction, as their methodology in teaching, particularly in the school Suizon Elementary Cleo Garden in America. We have here Ms. Anna Kyle, and let's hear her experiences in applying this methodology.
What word? Ruler. Word 2, what word? Sauce. Word 3, what word?
Steak.
Word
Slice.
Spell sliced.
S-L-I-C-E-D.
Again, spell sliced.
S-L-I-C-E-D.
Word 5, what word?
Cliff.
Word 6, what word?
Itch.
Let's read those words again the fast way. All 6 of them, get ready.
Numb. Shrink. Ridge. Slice. Cliff.
And her sister cannot read books, but her sister can do some things better than Jill. Her sister can really cry. This is the end.
Great. Very good. You got 0 errors. Got every single word. Wonderful. And there's your time. 43 seconds. Good job, Samantha. Wonderful.
It's fun because you get to read a lot of pages, like Arthur Shark, and then when you read it, you get to sometimes you get to read these, and then like 4 errors. Then the next day I had 0 errors.
That's wonderful. Tell us about your checkout today.
I read fast and I didn't get no errors, but last time I got like 3. That's all you could get if you get.
First word, underlined part. What word?
Charge.
Next word, underlined part. What word?
Stranger.
Next word.
Oh, I did not signal. Dang it. Everybody. Word 1. What word?
Appetite.
Good. Now let's talk about what these words mean one at a time. Oh, my bad. You guys get a point. Little Marigold had not yet.
Anna Kyle, I'm one of the reading teachers. We just did the kindergarten group, Language for Learning. We did lesson 34 and the workout book. Lesson 34 starts with some actions, and I'm doing the fast tracking. So I'm doing the stars at this level. I did some actions, touching their elbow, touching their wrist, saying the whole thing about what are they doing. Then we moved on to prepositions. We were holding the pencil over the floor. At first, I found out that when the children had to produce the whole sentence, they were having a hard time with the whole sentence, especially with a negative, like this is not a girl. So I'm finding out definitely is building the structure of the language, is helping them, and the repetition is what really is working.
It's a very good program because the children are not competing. They're more aware of how they are doing and the progress they are making, but they don't seem to worry about other children's errors or times, so I find it very successful.
We're going to say the underlined part of the word.
Cleo Gordon. This is my first year teaching it, actually first month, and I was trained in it right before we started it, and once you get into it, you'll realize that your training is great, but you want to build on what is comfortable for you. This is a good program because the kids are all on the same level in your classroom, and we separate based on different levels, and they're working together at their same pace, so it's a good program.
We place all of our students according to assessments that are in-program assessments that allow us to really finitely know what skills the students do not know.
The summary of our report in Module 3, the teacher's educational philosophies. First is the perennialism, essentialism, behaviorisms, and direct instructions. First, in perennialism, advocates for teaching timelines knowledge and fostering critical thinking through the classical texts. Second, essentialism focuses on core knowledge and fundamental skills, emphasize rigorous, standardized instructions. Third is the behaviorisms, uses reinforcement and systematic instruction to shape student behavior and learning. Fourth is the direct instructions. Implicit instructed teaching methods are frequently assessment to achieve specific learning outcomes. Each of these philosophy has its own approach to structuring education, impacting curriculum, design, teaching method, and the role of students in the learning process. While teacher-centered approach can provide clarity and structured, they may also limit flexibility and individualize learning opportunities. Balancing these philosophies with a learner-centered approach can often lead to a more holistic education experience.